now turn to quadratic word problems. And I've broken these into 4 categories. The first one is number problems, and these are ones in which we read the problem and write our equation. A number is added to 2 times its square. X is being added to 2 times its square, and the result is 36. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we see that it's a quadratic equation which needs to be set equal to 0, and we're going to rearrange it into descending order. Subtracting 36 on each side gives us negative 36 there equals 0. We're then going to factor it. There is no GCF that goes into all 3 terms. Because of that 2x squared, we know that if it factors, it's going to be a 2x times 1x. And then we play around with the numbers and we find out the numbers 9 and 4 work. And if we have a positive 9 and a minus 4, that minus 4 along with the 2 out there on the front gives us a minus 8, and 9 minus 8 makes the 1. Now we use the zero product rule, which says 2x plus 9 equals 0, or x minus 4 equals 0. Or we can just kind of shortcut it to our answer. We're going to be subtracting 9 to the other side to make that a minus 9, dividing that 2 off, and we get negative 9 halves as one answer. And positive 4 is what we get when we add 4 to each side of that equation up above. And so we have 2 solutions to this equation, both of which satisfy our requirements. We then turn our attention to another category, and that is consecutive integer problems. Recall that consecutive means right after one another, and integers is a nice word because that means no fractions or decimals in our answers. If we have consecutive integers such as 7, 8, and 9, algebraically they can be represented by x plus 1, and x plus 2. We're adding one more to go to each consecutive number. Consecutive even integers such as 10, 12, and 14 can be found by adding 2. So we're going to go from x to x plus 2 to x plus 4 algebraically. And likewise, if I've got 11, 13, and 15, they also are 2 apart. So we would write x plus 2, and x plus 4 yet again. Okay, that is the setup, and that helps lead us up into these word problems. It's almost as if these are a code list to help us through these problems. Okay, the product of 2 even consecutive integers. Product means multiply, and even tells us we're going to use x and x plus 2. X times this x plus 2 is 48. Multiplying on the left, we get x squared plus 2x. This is a quadratic equation that needs to be set equal to 0. So we're going to subtract 48 on each side. And then we're going to be able to factor the left into x plus 8 times x minus 6. And we then have x is equal to negative 8, or x is equal to positive 6. Now those are not our solutions. We're looking for consecutive evens. These are even, but they're not consecutive. Negative 8, that's negative, and this one's positive. They're not consecutive at all. So we're going to add 2 to each of these values, and we're going to get negative 6 on the left, and that becomes one pair of numbers, which is one solution. And adding 2 over here gives us 8, and 6 and 8 becomes our other pair of values, which are our solution. Notice how the product in both cases is 48, and notice how in both cases we have consecutive even numbers.